It was a disgrace. It was shameless in its dishonesty and partisanship. What it telegraphed to me was that he doesn't care about this country. He cares about himself and his reelection. First, a quick word on his manner. Insofar as he did not fall down or refer to any dead people as alive, it was a win. He didn't keel over. He maintained his energy. He didn't get lost or sniff any young girl's hair. So, thumbs up. They had to be relieved on Team White House last night. For Democrats scared he might die any day, he probably reassured them. But let's face it, the slurring, the stumbles, there were so many stumbled every other line. The jumbling of words over and over in a speech that was loaded into the teleprompter. Hello, we all saw it. Not horrible is not really the review you're going for as leader of the free world. Can't we do a little better? Of course, the press is celebrating this address like it was Winston Churchill himself up there last night. But the honest truth is that, okay, unusual energy for Joe Biden with all the usual dishonesty and nastiness. That's what I saw. He began by comparing this moment in time to 1941 and the rise of Adolf Hitler. Okay. He said the freedom and democracy under attack back then was kind of like what we're seeing today, and then quickly pivoted to January 6th. Sure. Okay. Insurrectionists with a dagger at the throat of American democracy, posing the gravest threat to our democracy since the Civil War. All I could think was like, QAnon shaman was dressed like a Viking, but war? Akin to Hitler? I don't know. Might be pushing it a little far. He hit on abortion. Right call. Dems love it. Can't get enough of it, in fact. He hit on that wacky IVF situation down in Alabama as if that's indicative of the GOP dedicating itself as a party to ending IVF for all Americans. Hello, Donald Trump was one of the first to speak out against what happened with that IVF clinic down in Georgia. Biden tried to lie about how the economy is now crushing it. Okay. Back on that abortion question, he actually had the nerve to warn the Supreme Court justices who had shown up there, sitting there. They came in a showing of respect to him and to the country, but he chose to get in their faces, suggesting they are about to realize just how much political power women have in this country.
Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away? Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about that.
Clearly. That's what the Supreme Court's decision overturning Roe v. Wade was counting on, sir. Saying the High Court did not want to be the arbiter of the abortion matter and that it should be up to the voters to decide what they want in their respective states. Biden can't even threaten correctly. He wanted to scare them that the exact thing they said should totally happen is about to happen? Okay. It's ridiculous. The exchange on our southern border was the most dishonest part of the evening, and that's saying something. He got up there pretending to be Ann Coulter. He really, really wants tough legislation right now so he can do something about the border, except he's not going to use mean words about illegal immigrants, okay? He's going to do something about the border, but not use the mean words. That, he says, is a bridge too far. He will not say that they're poisoning the blood of our country, no matter how many of them kill our children with fentanyl-laced Adderall, because it's mean. He's humane. Marjorie Taylor Greene interrupted this part, demanding that President Biden say the name of Laken Riley, the 22-year-old University of Georgia nursing student who was murdered by an illegal weeks ago. I wish that MTG had just kept quiet, because he was right in the middle of a brain freeze that I wanted to see play out, and her heckling saved him, which was annoying, but watch this.
It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really. Laken Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by and let into the country, it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing. And it's worth taking the chance of the $8,000. But if it's only 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way, knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly.
Oh, my Lord. There's so much to say there. First of all, Laken was a University of Augusta student. She was running on the campus of the University of Georgia. But look at him pretending. Look at him up there pretending. Like, gee, these mean Republicans left me with this really tough situation, but I'm going to do something about changing it from months to weeks before they get their asylum hearings. Hello, this is all your fault. This, for me personally, was the part of the speech where I was actually starting to nod off because, of course, it was boring like they all are. And then I heard MTG call out, and then I heard him actually accept the challenge, and he did say her name, except not really because he couldn't, as you heard there. Notwithstanding the fact that that name, Laken Riley, is all over the news, all over buttons being worn in the chamber last night, including the one in his own hand that MTG had given him when he walked in, and the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene had just said it to him out loud. He still botched the name Laken Riley. He can get George Floyd out, no problem, a drug-addled criminal who menaced women, but Laken Riley, who was helping the sick heal, killed at the hands of an illegal immigrant, couldn't quite muster the interest or the execution on her name. I'm sorry. The part where he went on to lie about it all being the fault of the Republicans who didn't like the deal that was just proposed, that we don't have a border, is just absurd, and everyone knows it. He reversed all of Trump's policies on day one. Just as he had promised to do, he wanted to be more humane. He wants now to blame the fact that we've had upwards of 10 million illegals come into this country on his watch, and no one knows where they are or what they're up to on the GOP. Okay. By the way, the president used that term, illegal, after MTG said it. And now these absurd leftists today in the media are everywhere expressing their outrage at that. Not about Laken Riley's death, her murder, but that he used the term illegal about the man who murdered her. Well, he was one. Illegal. He was an illegal. Deal with it. Deal with the fact that he was here illegally on Joe Biden's watch. That's what's relevant. He was an illegal. Sick of it. You would not believe. We're going to get into it. He also, true to form, took the opportunity to make that moment about Laken Riley's murder, once again about himself. I've lost children too, he pointed out to her grieving family. So I know, he tried to say, as if anything Joe Biden has been through equates to what this poor family of a murdered daughter is suffering right now. Just stop doing that. That's not humane, sir. He ended the speech with more lies about how committed he is to honesty, decency, dignity, and equality. Honesty? Like about your son's business dealings and yours, and his laptop being Russian disinformation, his connections to Ukraine and the Chinese. Remember that little debate in which you made us all sorts of representations and promises that weren't true? Decency? Like when you checked your watch as the bodies of the fallen soldiers came home from Afghanistan after your disastrous withdrawal. That was decent of you. God, when is this going to be over? Need to get out of here. Dignity? Like when you let those trans lunatics show their fake breasts on the White House lawn as they defiled the people's house? He lamented some other unnamed person's story of resentment, revenge, and retribution. That's not me, he assured us. That's not me. Okay. Despite 4 criminal prosecutions, 2 federal by his DOJ against his Republican rival. Not to mention tax probes into critics like Matt Taibbi and Clay Travis, criminal probes into folks like James O'Keefe, who dared look into the Ashley Biden diary situation. No retribution there whatsoever. So yeah, the president, he did seem like he'd been given a hefty dose of steroids last night. He lived, he didn't keel over, but we all suffered. And will continue to if the American people don't see through this charade. Grand Canyon University, a private Christian university in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, believes that equal opportunity is important and that the American dream starts with purpose. Change the world for good by putting others before yourself. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's online, on-campus, and hybrid learning environments are designed to help you achieve your unique academic, personal, and professional goals. With over 330 academic programs as of September, GCU meets you where you are and provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Let it flourish. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.